Okay, real talk. It's Friday, the day before we're supposed to go to the North Cascades. We're going tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go get some groceries and run some errands and stuff like that, last minute stuff before we go. But here I am still sitting in the car, like not really wanting to go out. My mind is just spinning with all the different logistics and sections and like little pieces and cruxes, and it's just a lot to like hold in my head, which is making it kind of hard to do even simple things. I'm gonna do it anyway because that's what you do. Just felt like sharing some of the less high stoke moments when you're just like, holy shit, we're about to go do this really crazy thing. Conveniently, I parked next to a bubble tea place so that I have that to look forward to after my run. Maybe I'll run only 3 miles, maybe I'll do 10, I'm not really sure, I'm just gonna see how I feel, but I'll turn around and then get bubble tea and then go run my errands.
What is that?
It's a bag with all of, this is an expedition size bag, which has all the stuff for our various sections and some backup stuff. Actually, not that heavy.
That would help, but
That's okay.
It's hard for me to remember exactly when I came up with this. A couple of years ago was just looking at maps of the North Cascades and trying to figure out like what would be a really cool route to do. I had done the Tarian Traverse in a day before. I knew the Isolation Traverse could be done in a day. On a map, some of these, start and end points of these traverses are really, really close together. Basically just a highway and a couple miles on a road or trail to connect them. What would it look like to do this fast? What would that take? And is it even possible, or is it totally crazy?
Hi. Yeah, you too. Have you gotten permits yet?
Not yet. Okay.
Nope.
Turns out it's possible and it's totally crazy.
So I've basically been researching this route for months, maybe even years, but mostly months. And I've been like digging into every source I can find. The Fred Becky book has been super helpful. I even have this book and printout from the 60s, maps, old trip reports, basically just like scouring the internet, and also kind of crazy to dig back that far into the archives, just getting as much information from anyone and anywhere I can find. Okay, so the goal is to travel the entire length of the North Cascades in Washington State on foot, staying up high and off trail, covering some of the wildest and least explored terrain in North America. We're gonna start near the Canadian border and finish in the small town of Stehekin. The route is basically made up of 5 alpine traverses, starting with Readout Whatcom High Route, the northern and southern Pegasus traverses, the Isolation Traverse, and then the Tarian Traverse. On paper, it comes out to about 120 miles and 60,000 feet of elevation gain. But to be honest, those numbers don't even come close to putting the scale of this terrain into context. Each one of these traverses on their own would take a seasoned alpinist around 3 to 7 days to complete. And the only humans we know to have ever tried to link it up in one go did it back in 1990, and it took them a month. We're gonna try to do it in 7 days.
We did the hardest part.
We got approval for the entire North
It only cost $26 to have this adventure.
Yeah, it's cheapest trip ever. Got it. The ranger was very nice and accommodating, and a female that seemed to recognize that we knew what we were doing, which I really appreciate, and I haven't always had that experience with climbing rangers.
Do you know what a picket is?
I needed a partner that could match my skill sets on mountain running and glacier and snow travel, but also brought in some alpine rock knowledge and really knew the mountains. Not only that, but someone who was interested in doing, really fast movement in the mountains for a week straight and could have a good attitude about it. So that's what brought me to Jenny.
Well, this is Old Blue. I bought her for $1,500 from my ex-boyfriend 10 years ago. $1,500? My favorite feature.
Wow.
Yeah. The convertible seat. It really increases the feng shui of the van.
Oh yeah.
So Kaytlyn can sit over there. I can hang over here. It's practically a Sprinter, but about $90,000 cheaper.
My name is Jenny Abegg. Well, my friends who run think I'm a climber, and my friends who climb think I'm a runner. An ultraneer, by our definition, co-opted from a friend's definition, is someone who likes to move quickly in the mountains as efficiently as possible. And after this trip, I call myself an ultraneer.
Say I fall into a crevasse and you arrest. Yeah. There is nothing in your kit that you're going to be able to put into the snow that is secure enough to haul off of, I don't think. I think that our best bet is for you to, if I fall into a crevasse, you get yourself stable and I press it out.
Uh-huh.
And so given that we don't have pickets, I have started to question.
You can dead man a water bottle. We can stuff a sack of something to dead man it. If you've got your feet in, plus it's a stable, the rope's not pulling on anything anymore. We would have a pole out, most likely, collapse the pole, switch the pole to help hold the fall, and then this could even go in as an initial anchor. Then you do the dead man thing.
The overlap of interests and skill sets and stuff in another female partner that has the availability and dates and stoke to actually jump in and do this kind of a crazy traverse with me, it just made a pretty narrow list for who I could talk to.
When Kaytlyn called me and asked if I would be interested in doing this route, there was no hesitation. I knew it was right up my alley, and I was completely honored, so I was in immediately. And there was the caveat of we've never met before, and what if we don't get along? So the partnership felt really important, and I know from experience with climbing with different people that you just don't mesh with everyone, and it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean anything that is wrong about each person. It's just kind of like a romantic partnership where not everybody belongs together. I think we both knew that if we met and we'd know it right away. But if there was a meshing, then it would be a good partnership and we would go do it.
It's a quilt. What's the difference between a quilt and it doesn't close? And if this doesn't work, it's totally fine, but it will save us a pouch. Let's try to sleep on your side.
How does that feel on your back?
That's fine.
Okay. We'll end up putting food in the fronts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, there she was. That's for 3 days.
Got everything to sit in the 27-liter pack. It'll be a little heavier with water, but also as we eat food, it'll get lighter. There's not a lot of extra in here, so we are going to end up using literally everything we have. There may be a few times we wish we had a little bit more. Probably other times where we don't want the weight, but yeah, that's what we got.
That's gonna work.
Yeah. Let's go get...
Can we have you repack your bags real quick?
Oh, Jenny. There's a lot of skill sets needed to be able to do a route like this safely and also fast. Just as an example, the first day we start by taking this remote boat ferry up where it drops us near the Canadian border. No trail, no cell service, no one else out there. And you got to do that before you even get into the Alpine.
We're taking the water
Because this is one of our first times working together as partners, we really wanted to experience the entire first half, which is the most high consequence terrain of the entire route, with just the two of us, not having any additional support.
We've made landfall.
Just us and the mosquitoes and the bears. There goes the boat. Probably the last civilization we're gonna see in a few days. Oh shoot, you know what? I don't even know if I was filming any of that. Fucker.
Jenny, why are you packing your things right now? I thought we were supposed to be hanging out and enjoying this wonderful paradise.
Neither of us are capable of hanging out for 5 hours with perfectly good weather.
Now we gotta repack. Instead of staying at this really nice, luxurious, lakeside, bug-free campsite that we have entirely to ourselves. So,
Which, honestly, do you think because there's no bugs here, there would be no bugs up there?
she jinxed it. So it's 4:52 on Saturday. We're way too excited for the bushwhack. No, actually, there's about a 12-hour bushwhack ahead of us, and it's supposed to be heinous, quote, the worst thing I've ever done in my life, as we've been told. And we've got storm potentially moving in tomorrow night. So we are deciding to, instead of sitting around and chilling by the lake, we're just gonna get a move on it. Hopefully cut a couple hours off of our journey for tomorrow. Here we go. Jenny's leading the charge, starting off with some real hardcore trail running. As you can see, no trail, zero trail for the first 12 hours of this. And actually no trail after that either. No trails at all. Wow, what are we doing out here? This route is so remote that once we start, if something goes wrong, often the most efficient and safest way out is forward.
We're eating burritos. Have you ever carried a heavy burrito into the backcountry? We have 4 more of them. I don't know. How's the route so far? We were delightfully surprised by the way the forest was. I kept knocking on wood. There wasn't that much brush.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Oh yeah. Now we're doing it.
Well, if this is our reality for the next little while, we definitely won't have a place to put the tent.
Still no running yet. Haven't run yet.
It has to get worse tomorrow. It will probably get worse tomorrow. But at least it's been a couple easy hours of moving through the woods. Probably try to wake up as early as we can. Maybe even move a little bit by headlamp. We'll see.
Get to the Alpine.
Hey Jenny, what do you got in your hand there?
My coffee.
This is the most casual 5 a.m. bushwhack ever. Just drinking a latte in the woods. Woo, you okay? Yeah. Hey, don't spill your latte.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Hold on. Take a look at those feet.
We started the day with bushwhacking up Silver Creek. I think we got a little cocky because we finished that whole bushwhack about 3 hours faster than we thought.
Oh man, I think I broke the code of bushwhacking and touched the ground.
This is actually not that bad. Highlight of the day was that one of the cruxes, one of the major cruxes actually was quite simple because there was enough frozen snow and ice on it to like skirt on the side of the lake. Seems like there's a lot of snow.
All right, so half of the lake is still like frozen with snow on top.
You can kind of see behind.
We're gonna think light thoughts.
Yep, we're gonna just walk safely across this,
Tinkerbell.
but otherwise it's kind of a heinous
Getting around this
on
section
and off
would be
5th class close to the water, which people usually say it's not even worth putting a rope on because you'll just fall in the water and there's nowhere to protect.
just looks
So
like
this looks like we'll be okay.
yeah. So
we'll see.
we'll probably aim for those snow slopes on the
Yep,
side and
and then
maybe
get on the
off the
snow.
lake there. Awesome.
Have you eaten something recently?
Yeah, I'm actually almost out of food, so I'm
You are?
pacing myself at this point.
I have a lot.
I can dip into like last day's food and kind of try to conserve more tomorrow and the next day too.
Help you out.
Okay, I'm good for now. I'll let you know.
Take the sauce mochi.
Aw, thanks.
You have to eat it the second. No,
I probably will.
mochi. Not the ice cream kind, it's the usual. Each one is 100 calories. So. All calories are good calories. Got candy bars, we've got nuts, we've got Oreos, double stuffed Oreos, of course. We've got goos, caffeine, drink mixes, mochi, personal favorite, cheese, sausage, more candy, some meat sticks. Yeah, this is probably about half of what we'll actually bring. We're going to be out there with no resupplies other than when we get to the road crossing, so we need to make sure we have enough food for that whole section, like lightweight, high calorie, stuff that we actually enjoy eating. So mochi is a personal favorite trail snack because it's a lot of calories. It's like rice with some, sugar in there. Really packable, can squish down. It's good if it's frozen, it's good if it's hot. And it's not really that sweet, so it's a really nice just variation from a lot of the other sweet stuff that you're eating. And it's a little more filling too.
Yeah, while we're eating mochi, I'm eating mochi. We're in a whiteout, about to go on the glacier, but don't worry, I'm wearing a really bright shirt, so it's totally fine.
Oh, but what's this?
It's not poop.
We're doing it.
Yeah, glaciers and whiteouts are not always the easiest. So we generally are heading that way, more or less, basically going straight. So yeah, wherever feels like the best. Maybe once we get past all this, we could do crampons.
I think we're about 5 hours ahead.
Yeah. So feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Tired. The enormity of the job ahead is like it descended on me today. I was like, Kaytlyn's been like simmering on it for months at this point, but I was like, holy shit.
Part of the hard part is just like not being mentally prepared for this section. I definitely thought it was going to be like a pretty quick traverse.
Oh, this is Jenny's first real day of activity since COVID. Casual 15 hours.
Hopefully have some sun tomorrow. That's what I'm looking forward to most.
Navigation will be so much easier if we can see.
Good job. Okay, we made it through the Chilliwack. A beautiful terrain. We didn't see any of it because we were in a whiteout literally the entire time. A little bit of hint of maybe something clearing.
Look at the sun on those trees.
But at this point, we've been on all the terrain.
This last bit was like totally unknown to us, and we were in a cloud the whole time. And so now, not only will maybe the clouds part, but we know the terrain. Thing about the North Cascades is it's a national park, right? And people love to go visit national parks, but it's like the most challenging national park to actually see. And you have to work really hard to get into the mountains. You definitely get to earn your views, and you get to earn your solitude too. It's like gotta be one of the most desolate places in the lower 48.
We're on the summit of Whatcom Peak. Woo! Not entirely intentional. And now we're at the summit in a whiteout.
We have 2 bars of LTE, so I'm trying to look up how to get off this thing.
Yeah, well, not always advised to get to the summit of a peak and then try to find cell service so you can figure out how to get off the peak. But here we are. It's really hard to do anything when you can't see, as it turns out. Look at the amazing views we have from up here. Wow. Jenny's awesome, by the way.
Aw, so are you.
Crushing it.
Okay, good. Good job. I feel like it's been a very demoralizing last full 24 hours because we just haven't seen anything. We've been in a ping pong ball. Well, there's a deer. Okay. Do we want it to come close to us?
No.
Go away.
Why don't we go downhill like that?
Oh my God.
Do you want to tell the camera what's up?
Oh God, there's lots up. We're going up towards Luna Col.
What time is it?
7:30.
How long have we been going for?
14 and a half hours.
How are you feeling?
Tired. Yeah, I'm feeling like Jenny is freaking awesome. She's the best partner ever.
But I feel the same way about Kaytlyn, so we're in a good place.
The Southern Pickets. Our first glimpse.
9 o'clock. The final crux before camp is a pitch of rock climbing.
Ultra running. It's amazing.
Ultraneering climbing.
Ultraneering. That's definitely what this is.
Check out that view. It's like floating peaks in the clouds.
Yeah, it's 11 p.m.
We're just getting to sleep.
And we have to wake up really early. And we made it to the spot that we were hoping to, even though we had a ton of delays with the whiteout and with climbing the big peak.
When you were planning this, did you think it would feel this big?
No. I don't know. I think
It's bigger than you thought.
I think it is feeling very real and very full on.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that we'll finish?
The whole thing?
How hopeful are you that we'll finish?
I don't know if that's a good question to ask me at 11 p.m.
We're going to get to the car, that's for sure.
We're definitely going to make it to Highway 20. Yeah, I feel
just
super
have to keep
hopeful. It's just
soldiering on.
really hard to think about more than one day at a
Section.
time or one section at a time, because every section is just so full on. But we'll see.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
Okay.
Bye. Good night. Here we have the butt shot of all butt shots. She belayed me down and now she's soloing down with both athletes like a badass. Good work. Thank you. You mentally exhausted yet?
No, it's all right.
Good.
So day 4 is going to be a monster of a day. We'll do the Southern Pickets, hopefully making it all the way through and then camping on Sourdough Ridge. Because this was a mega day.
This was our biggest day.
You're doing great.
No more breaks.
We're doing great.
Emotional resilience. We'll be fine. Might need to take a cry at some point.
A cry?
Yeah.
All right.
Might just burst.
Okay.
And then the dam will burst.
Okay. That's fine. What do I do to support you during that time?
Just leave me alone.
Okay.
I appreciate the state that you're in right now.
Good. That's the thing about partner stuff, is that one person is always, hopefully, you're not both in a low at the same time. Although that was definitely the state in most of the Chilliwacks. So.
Smile, you're on camera.
Oh, really? The books, the maps, the blogs, that really just tells you if it goes. But there's, we're going into this with so many unknowns. And I think this route, the way I think about it is it's a continuous set of puzzles. We're going to have to figure it out on the fly when we're out there. And that's really intimidating. This is the second broken crampon of the hour. So the pickets just don't really agree with these. They take it. Actually, I've carried this wire with me in the first aid kit for 5 years and never used it. Wow, this is the first time.
Let me go down a little.
Okay.
What do you think about going down that way until we see the south?
Down what way?
Down there. It's dry rock.
We can try. I think I would stay where there are some features because that's kind of, if it is slick, then yeah, you're just gonna get a little wet maybe. Well, yeah. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Another achievement unlocked.
So Jenny and I decided that it was really important to us to do the first section, the first huge section, just the two of us. That section is by far the most challenging terrain, the most remote, the most technical. And I think it was just really important that we had that shared experience, kind of regardless of what the outcome would be of that.
And there was something so special about being the only two people out there, like these two dots moving across this like most wild landscape. And like the only people there to witness it was, I was there to witness your experience and you were there to witness my experience.
Yep. Uh-oh. Do we go right or left on the trail?
Oh, we go right.
Okay.
You see the trail?
It's right here.
Oh my God.
I wanted to just like have that kind of pure experience. And I felt like after we got through that, I felt like it was fine to have other people with us because it felt so chill for the rest of the trip. Like we could kind of like just settle into our groove and like really enjoy having friends and company along, but also still really kind of continue the experience that we had earlier in the trip.
We're at Sourdough Mountain Trailhead. We're about to go up the trail and meet up with Kaytlyn and Jenny.
Yeah, we're finally trail running. That's what we keep joking about.
Oh my God. So happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
We resupplied at the van, left, and then that was the first part in the journey then when we had people join us.
Like, I think it could have gone two ways at that point. We were going to be like totally exhausted and like this climb was going to be difficult for us, or we were going to like hit our stride.
Which is totally what happened.
It felt like a party. It felt like a total party.
Kaytlyn, where to?
We're going to the base of Colonial Glacier, which is above that waterfall and kind of over that rock ridge.
It's 5 a.m. and we are at the base of the Colonial Glacier. We did the first 4 days without anybody, but the whole thing is just like couldn't be done without friends and family.
Yep.
And we're bringing these little goofballs with us today.
What do you feel about rope or no rope?
No, we don't need a rope.
We're maybe about halfway up the ice elation couloir.
On the isolation.
On the isolation traverse. Jenny, what are you eating?
Peach bar.
I'm eating some peach gummies.
Straight sugar.
Amazing. All right. Keep going up, huh?
No way other to go.
So yesterday we did the isolation traverse, which was epic.
It was fairly cruiser until we tried to get over the col on Backbone Ridge, and
the schrund was open.
And our rope wasn't long enough to get over it.
Super chill. Guess we'll see what we see, huh? Context for what's happening here. We climbed up and got to some wrap anchors on the other side. We're gonna wrap around, but the problem is that the schrund is open. We know people who were up here just a couple days ago, and they were able to get through.
We tried, didn't work. We tried to problem solve.
Yeah. And we know another way that's like not much farther up the field.
We can put something around this too.
Love that egg.
Yeah, we could just get rid of this thing and go back to the tat. Do a quick wrap.
How do you want to get back to the tat?
We could
Wrap
just
off
leave
this.
this and...
Oh, I was thinking we just wrap off this to the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
certainly. Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I think it'll go.
Yep.
It's a big rock, huh?
Yeah, that's scary.
It's Chas Pal.
We found a new bypass, maybe.
Yeah.
And that was actually probably
fun.
the preferred way to go. And then we cruised past El Dorado, made it down to the trailhead.
Normally this is not done in running shorts. You might think, wow, she's pulling out her technical gear or something, but no, this is my food bag. After doing the isolation, I'm gonna reward myself with some, very melted cheese. Let's go with this one. Some bacon and Fritos.
Just checking my email.
Fun fact is that Steven, very good friend and Ancient Aliens fan, just at the FKT on El Dorado, he does it in 45 minutes from the top down to the car. So he showed us some sneaks and we were able to make it in 35 minutes.
No, you guys are fine.
We got back down to the car.
Yeah, Ellie met us there. Ellie single-handedly crewed for all of us. What time is it?
It's 9 right now.
9.
We got a very good night's sleep.
And I had a little cappuccino this morning. I slept with a pillow last night. Yeah, I was warm.
You had a cappuccino this morning and you didn't share?
It was instant. And then I gave you some. Oh yeah, so we started up Cascade River Road, then came to the start of the Ptarmigan Traverse.
Which we had done before.
Jenny did it when she was 11. It's also called the
Death Hike.
Today's leg day.
Yesterday was like day 2.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, the day before was also leg day. Every day is leg day, really, out here. But also, every day is full body day and full mind day.
What's the plan this morning?
We're going to Stehekin. We're going to get cinnamon buns. I think Jenny and I are prepared for this. Yeah. Everyone else, unclear.
This project has kept me awake at night so many nights, but also really excited by it. There's literally like no one else I could think of having this experience with.
It's a super unique feeling for me in the mountains to just feel I'm with a partner that I'm not following. She's not following me. Neither one of us is more in charge than the other. I trusted her on all fronts.
Within 2 days, I'm like, oh my God, Jenny is the next best athlete who is undiscovered even to herself.
There's a certain sadness about something like this being over. Hands down, the coolest adventure of my life. It's sad not to be able to keep being out there together.
Thank you for that.
Thanks. That was awesome.
You did it.
What are we doing now?
I just feel so thankful that you asked me to do this with you. You gave me like the best week of my life. I don't think I would have ever like done this.
It feels just such a magical thing.
Totally magical.
Yeah,
totally
I'm
magical.
really excited for like what we can come up with next.
Yeah.
Even if it's just watching The Bachelorette, because that'd be fine too.
Will you accept my alpine robes?
What are we looking at?
So, if you look closely, you'll see a portal over there. And now, upon closer inspection, you'll notice it looks eerily similar to the portal that we saw on the isolation traverse, which triangulates perfectly with that pyramidal structure. Is it possible that this is a sign left here for us to discover when humans were ready?
I think so.